there! Today's lesson is called Las Interrogativas, or the question words in Spanish. It's a really important lesson because knowing the question words will help you understand and interpret exactly what questions are asking you, and therefore obviously help you answer them correctly. The learning objectives for this lesson are that you're able to define las palabras interrogativas in Spanish, use each question word to ask a few questions, and state what they all have in common. So while you're watching today's slideshow, pay attention to what you can find that all of the question words in Spanish have in common. Here's a list of the palabras interrogativas that I've gathered from your textbook. It's taken right out of the page. And now we're going to use them. Como means how, and we saw it in ¿Cómo estás? How are you? We also saw it in ¿Cómo te llamas?, which meant how do you call yourself? Remember, ¿Cómo te llamas? Didn't mean what is your name, and here you have a perfect example that ¿Cómo actually means how. How do you call yourself? ¿Cómo te llamas? The next one is ¿Cuál? ¿Cuál means which or what, and it's kind of a tricky word in Spanish because commonly in English when we ask questions with what, we are going to use ¿Cuál in Spanish for which. For example, ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? Means what is your telephone number? We wouldn't probably say in English, which is your telephone number? Which of the millions of numbers out there belongs to you? We would say what. But in Spanish, you ask this question with ¿Cuál? Which. Also, ¿Cuál es tu clase favorito? Which is your favorite class? This is a really cool question because you can take out clase and put in anything that you want to ask somebody's favorite comida, amigo, color, deporte. You can ask somebody their favorite and whatever you want to fill in the blank. ¿Dónde? Or de donde means where or from where. ¿Dónde está tu casa? Where is your house? And we already saw de donde eres? Where are you from or from where are you? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Por qué estás triste? Why are you sad? ¿Por qué no tienes novio? Why don't you have a boyfriend? Now I wanted to point out that ¿por qué without the space means because. So when you ask somebody a why question, ¿por qué? They are probably going to start their answer with ¿por qué? And it sounds kind of funny, but it's correct to say ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? But in English, when you are having that argument with your parents or somebody else, and you say why? Because. Why? Because. You can't do that in Spanish because it sounds like ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? They say like this. ¿Por qué? Porque sí, because yes. Or ¿por qué no? Because no. So that's how that sounds. ¿Qué means what? ¿Qué pasa? What's happening? ¿Qué tienes para comida? What do you have to eat today? ¿Quién? Or quiénes means who, and obviously quién is when you're talking about one person, and quiénes is when you're talking about several people. ¿Quién es tu profesor favorito? Who is your favorite teacher? I think we both already know. ¿Quiénes son tus amigos? Who all are your friends? That's when you're talking about a bunch of people. Okay, time to do your self-check. Can you state the question words in Spanish? Can you use each one of them to make a logical question? And were you able to figure out what they all have in common? If you said they all have an accent mark, you were right. Good job. You were paying attention. Awesome job today. Let's move on to the next one.